Welcome back to Estadio Corona. Carlos Acevedo back in action. He missed a large chunk of the season through injury, so very good for Los Guerreros to have their #1 goalkeeper back in the mix today against Atlético San Luis. It was a cagey affair a couple of weeks ago, Kobe. I think Atlético San Luis, knowing they only needed a point, but they could have got all three if Bertarami, the top scorer, had have dispatched his penalty as well. Expecting a similar cagey affair tonight?
No, I think this is going to be much more of a game that's going to be pushed by Santos Laguna. I think that previous matchup, it was a game that didn't matter to them so much, so it wasn't too much concern. Off of this tonight, a lot of pressure. They will push this match.
And the VAR officials, led by Eric Miranda. Hopefully we don't have to go that route tonight. Santos Laguna, rich tradition. Acevedo back, Valdez, Torres and Gorriarán all involved in the international break. Felix Torres arguably having the best time of it. 2 victories for his Ecuador side against Venezuela and Chile as well, so playing against his teammate Diego Valdez. Is that difficult, Kobe, being in the international setup and then, you know, coming right back into such a playoff atmosphere?
I believe it is difficult in a way as far as just adjusting, but as far as your body and everything, I always found that I felt good when you're playing with, let's be honest, top players from around the world in great competition. You have a certain vibe, and when you come back to your team, you almost step into like a leadership role, ready to pull your team with you and say, hey, we're ready to go.
Referee today is Mr. Cesar Ramos. We're almost all set to kick off the reclassification round, the wild card round as we call it. Win and you're in, lose and the season is done. And it is Atlético San Luis who kick things off and immediately driving forward. Don't often see that. You see a team playing it back and being a little bit more cagey, but went straight for the jugular there at Santos.
Well, I think this is a little bit of what we're going to see early on is 2 teams kind of trying to push the pace and establish their game on the opponent. Everything that happened before, you can throw it out the window because it comes down to one game. This is the moment where anything can happen, and I think that's something that San Luis is really going to be trying to pick up on.
Atlético San Luis, interestingly enough, Kobe, 4 wins in the Apertura, 3 of those wins coming away from home at Chivas, at Pumas and at Toluca. So they've gone to some big places and got results, but a bit open here. Preciado, as we expected, playing on this left-hand side. Campos gets his cross in, number inside the area as well, and that one just behind Valdez.
Yeah, and I like this first opportunity from Santos, just as how many that they get forward very quickly. They're going to try to make sure that they get numbers in the box. It isn't going to be attacking with 1 or 2 in the 18. They're going to have 3 or 4 charging forward.
Cervantes, there we saw Bertarami, 9 goals in the Liga MX campaign so far. Otero, pacey player, also very good in the air as well on that right-hand side. Otero. Gorriarán. It's got 9 minutes in the international break for Uruguay against Argentina. Disappointing loss. It's going to be a free kick here as Doria involved in the challenge. What are some of the things you want to see, Kobe, from this Santos Laguna side? Being they're the hosts, they're the ones with the experience. What do you want to see early on from them?
I want to see Santos Laguna be the aggressors in this game, and I know that's a common phrase, but this is what they need to do. This stadium has been a fortress for Santos over the years, and they need to continue that. In and of itself, it's a little mental advantage if they can continue to put pressure on Atlético San Luis.
Preciado, and teasing ball inside the area. Eduardo Aguirre, Muller making that run towards the near post, but safely in the hands of Baravero. He does have playoff experience, of course, a winner of the Apertura back in 2019 with Rayados. Challenge from Torres. There's that ball again from Preciado.
Yeah, it's a nice little ball into space. Just trying to pick out Aguirre at that near post. It's a little bit of a bump that throws the pacing off for Aguirre so he can't get on the end of it. But those are the kind of plays that will work for Santos, getting out wide, getting that ball to the feet of their wingers, Otero and Preciado. They can do some damage.
And Diaz, the throw in. And that one tried to smash it off the Santos Laguna man, but Cervantes angled himself correctly, and now possession is kept. Lovely play from Gorriarán centrally, as always. Preciado, and just too much on that ball. Too easy in the end for Jose Hernandez to get back in and defend. Monterrey come across here. He's starting alongside Andres Vombegaard. Are you expected to be a 4-4-2 for San Luis today, Kobe?
Yeah, I think so. I think that gives a... Look, the 4-4-2 formation is a standard formation within the game. It's very safe. It delineates all the lines of where you're supposed to be and what you're supposed to do. And I think when you're in a playoff situation and you're away from home, you got to at least start out in that 4-4-2 and kind of see how it goes from there.
Trying to attack here, but that's good play from Carlos Arrancha, who knocks that ball forward all the way through for Barovero.
I do have to say, Keith, when we talk about lineups, I always think it's funny because, you know as well as I, you can say it's a 4-4-2 formation, but when you get into the attack, sometimes there's 4 players forward, you're leaving 2 in the back, and that's the great thing about this game. It's so mobile and it's always moving that players do a little bit of everything and find themselves in varied positions.
Yeah, it's 4-4-2, a kickoff, right, and then never again.
Exactly.
Nice play through midfield, but good interception from Valdez. Gorriarán, Cervantes, nice change of pace, and that's the late challenge on Gorriarán. He's gone down, and Marcelo Mendez not happy, but it's going to be an early yellow card here. And the referee, well, he wasn't happy with the challenge from Hernandez.
See, we're not able to see that challenge there. We saw a little bit of the move, but there's Gorriarán after the fact. It's a little tough to be taking a yellow card on so early, and the quality players will take note of that. They'll try to go at Hernandez when they can to put him under pressure.
And it's Campos going at that San Luis back line right now, getting all the way to the line, and he just couldn't wrap his left foot around it to get that cross in. The teenager can be a real attacking threat on that side, though. What a view that is. Nothing much beats the playoff nights when you get to this stage of the season. Of course, Los Guerreros would have hoped to have finished in the top 4, but many can make the argument that you get a little bit of momentum when you play in this game. You play well, you can take that on to the quarterfinal stage.
Yeah, Keith, I think it's going to be very interesting to think about when we talk about those teams that are sitting at home and watching right now, the 4 top teams where they have that break. It's a really extended period when you talk about the natural break from this game and then also the international break. So that's a lot of time off from your last game within league to your first playoff match, and that's what you're kind of hinting at is, does this game actually help out Santos a little bit more where they can get back into a rhythm and establish that team momentum?
I'm sure that's exactly how Almada will be scripting it to his side. And likewise for Marcelo Mendez. Mentioned some of those away victories for San Luis in and against teams who are in the playoffs. So not just beating teams around them at the bottom end of the table. They've proven they can go on the road and get a big result on the back foot here early on, as they were a couple of weeks ago as well. That ball to nobody in particular, and Valdez actually not happy with the decision of Cervantes. One ball forward, Vombegaard. Good tracking back in from Preciado.
This is a bit of a high press coming from Atlético San Luis, trying to pin Santos back in their own half.
Vombegaard, nice bit of skill again from Campos, but not the greatest of passes to Gorriarán. Doria taking no chances as he just lofts that one into the opposition half of the field. Ronaldo Aguirre, he sprang to life in this very fixture last time out against Querétaro. Only 1 goal in his 10 previous appearances on the season. That's been the issue for Eduardo Aguirre, just finding the back of the net on a consistent basis. Valdez, good runners here on the outside, real opportunity. What a chance. Gorriarán with a very good run, nobody tracking him, and Barovero with the save. Super football from Santos Laguna.
Guillermo Amada cannot believe it. I don't think any of us can believe it that Gorriarán missed that shot. It was an absolutely brilliant build-up from Santos Laguna, just the passing and the moving, and off of the two big-time players in the middle, right? Your two stars, Valdez and Gorriarán.
Gorriarán straight across to take the corner kick, looking towards Torres, and Cervantes trying to redirect it back on target, but well wide. But here it is again. Kobe, you talked about the build-up play. That's a pretty pass from Valdez.
It's an absolutely fantastic pass, because it's one thing that I always say, it has to be well weighted, and it's weighted perfect to land on his right foot away from the defender. Gorriarán, I guarantee you he thought that one was going in the back of the net. He connects with it. It's just enough of a save, enough of a touch. Barovero just knocked that one over the top, but what an opportunity early on for Santos Laguna.
Montero, nice ball forward for Arrancha. Valdez, they've looked lively so far, the hosts. And that one cleared, and now there's a chance to break. Was that offside though in the build-up? Veterami waiting for a little bit of help on that side as Diaz makes the overlap. Ball played to Ricardo Chavez, who's playing on the right-hand side. Gorriarán. And again, possession given away just cheaply there centrally from Eduardo Aguirre. Veterami again trying to just pressure that back line. Gorriarán trying to find Montero. Ruthi and Preciado very early on have already switched flanks. As a winger, did you like to switch flanks often, Kobe, or do you prefer to fight that matchup on that one side?
I like to switch flanks after I kind of figured out, okay, how it was going on one side or another. You're always, as a winger, trying to figure out where is the best advantage. If it isn't working out on one side, yeah, you give it a go on the other and see what you can do.
See, what I would have done is pick out the weak one and say, I'll stay over here. You go against a good fullback.
Well, that's the part of switching the flanks, right? If you got the gig when you're like, yeah, I'm going to go to that other side for a little bit.
Not suggesting you would do that, Kobe.
No, never.
There's that build-up again. Lovely pass. And credit Barovero, really good save, as Gorriarán was just trying to go back across the goalkeeper, trying to wrong-foot him.
Yeah, but you look at that play and you just wonder if Gorriarán keeps that on the ground, it's probably a much more difficult save for Barovero.
Nice header again from Gorriarán. Valdez. Arrancha. That one well intercepted. Back with Diaz. There was an option for Sanabria central. Torres very good in the air. Wins that one, and they want a free kick here as well. Gorriarán's been in the wars so far. Not the first time he's been on the ground. Javier Güemes. Smartly dressed Marcelo Mendez on the line.
Here's a look at that play from Gorriarán. Just looks a little bit of the arm over the shoulder. Maybe Gorriarán runs into the elbow.
Bit of an end of an era for Uruguay, the manager moving on. A lot of the players reaching perhaps that stage where they're looking for new blood, and Gorriarán, a handful of caps so far. Maybe he'll fancy his chances of playing a part in that rebuild. Campos. Push there from David Rodriguez. A player, Kobe, you know an insane amount of detail about. We'll get into that a little bit later. Ball play forward, Aguirre trying to turn good defensive play from Unai Bilbao. Aguirre dead on the ground. Not quite sure if he's suggesting there was a little bit of an illegal contact there, but it looked like a good piece of defending from Bilbao.
To take a look at this replay. Okay, so the ball goes up, there's the touch. trying to see if there was contact on that foot, because he's grabbing the foot. This will give us the best angle, I hope. Yeah, there's a little bit of contact, but no referee, I think, is ever going to call that one.
We don't ever say no referee, Kobe.
Well, this is true. Everything has changed nowadays.
We don't imagine there is many referees
that would call that one. Let's just say this: if I was a referee, I would never call that one. How's that?
There you go. You can't go wrong once you're quoting yourself. Baravero inviting the pressure here. Aguirre closed it down, and well, Baravero at the second attempt, and this time he's telling his centre backs no push up. That didn't work. Almost fatal as well.
Baravero just being a little bit casual in the back. He's seen the pressure from Aguirre coming, and it's just kind of slow walking, trying to clear that ball.
The header from Torres, and the free kick's being given. It's went over the back of Andres van Bagar. It's a free kick in a good position as well. Not that much contact.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. I've seen a lot of the players are going down with minimal contact, not really playing through a whole lot. But look at this effort from Aguirre, being able to just put his body on the line to make sure that he blocks that kick. Baravero in the back.
Still feeling the effects, so there must have been contact with that right arm of Felix Torres. Conceded 16 goals in the 17 matches. Santos Laguna, that partnership, a big reason why Torres and Doria. Almost 32 meters out. Is this one you can go to goal from? Well, you can try, but you don't even break the wall. Now there might be a break on the other way, and the free kick is given, and look at Almada. I'll let you translate, Kobe.
I think he is saying that he's not happy with the call from the referee. Probably saying that it was not a foul.
And I'm not quite sure why the referee comes over in this instance.
Yeah, there's no need, and it's quite obvious just from there that it is a foul when you clip the heel of a player, especially when he's trying to start cutting. That's going to be called every time by the referee, or almost every time.
Yes. I do love the stance from Cesar Ramos. Yep, there you go. Foul. A little bit of relief as well for Marcelo Mendes. Now the fourth official has the unenviable task of trying to calm down Guillermo Almada. Look at that. All right into the hands of Acevedo. Watches that one very quickly. Valdez. Might have been a free kick. I think they might play on here. Otero. Preciado. Nice turn from Preciado. Arancha, he's got numbers inside the area. Back for Preciado. Can he deliver? Just couldn't get that one out of his feet. Gorriaran. We've seen him hit some bombs from that kind of area. Arancha. That long clearance to Acevedo.
Here's a little look at this play, and now that's a foul. The referee allows advantage. The question's going to be if the referee, once the ball goes out of play, makes some type of decision. It looks like he doesn't. I mean, if that's a play where the play stops dead, to me, that's a yellow card.
Yeah, I agree. And we've seen one yellow given already as Aguirre is trying to hold play up again. Cervantes. Majority of possession, as we expected, with Los Guerreros so far. Campos trying to go by two, but good help defensively from Ricardo Chavez.
And this is excellent work by Campos, as he's that wing back that likes to get forward, and you're starting to see he's forcing where two defenders have to come now. Now, as a young player, he's going to have to start recognizing as that second defender comes in to help, can you get the pass off? Can you release the ball to somebody else? where you have a little bit better numbers.
Ball pulled all the way back here for Cervantes. There's a man down inside the area, Doria. Long range hit. Bit ambitious from Arantxa. Cervantes looking for options further forward, and then was forced back by Bombagar. Torres. More natural shape for Santos Laguna, regained after the set piece. Arantxa, Otero's gone back to the right, but they lose out here. Bombagar, little flick, and Doria racing across. Really good read, and the drop of the shoulder as well. And the switch to Preciado. He had some success on this side early on. Driving, Campos attempting the overlap. Valdez inside the area. Back for Gorriaran. Just a little bit too narrow there from the shape. Otero's going to keep it though. Was he fouled? The referee says no. Play on. Diaz was the defender on him.
These are some soft plays where the players keep going down, where this is a playoff match, a play-in match. There's got to be a little bit more bite, a little bit more grit in this situation. You got to be able to hold your feet. You got to be able to take a couple of hits. This is a contact sport. It's going to be a grind getting through this match.
Ball forward, and we've seen very little of Herman Betarami so far. Cervantes running into a little bit of trouble.
That was a little bit of a misjudgment by a couple of players there.
Flick, and it's a good one too from Betarami, looking towards Andres Bombagar. Torres so far has had him on the wraps. It's the first matchup of the wildcard round, the reclassification round. Puebla taking on Chivas today. Tomorrow it's Toluca Pumas. Cruz Azul Monterrey, what a matchup that is. Rayados crowned CONCACAF Champions League winners again. That's all done. The four winners will join America, Atlas, Leon and Tigres as the sides to make up the quarterfinals. It's going to be a throw-in for Santos Laguna. Bright beginning, but rather got a little bit flat, Kobe, in terms of their ability to break that defensive rearguard of Atlético San Luis.
Yeah, well, there needs to be an establishment of possession by either side. Right now, we're seeing a lot of fouls, a lot of the ball going out of bounds, so neither team can establish a rhythm. Until that's done, it's going to have that choppy feel to it. And in all truth, the benefit to getting the rhythm is for Santos. This is their home stadium. This is what they want to do. When they do play and connect, they create chances, as we saw off of the Valdez de Gorriaran opportunity.
Yeah, that was a big one so far, wasn't it? Marcelo Mendez watching on. Should be happy with the defensive display, but we'll want a little bit more going forward. We'll see if they can conjure up something here. Free kick for Sanabria. Left-footed delivery. Torres on it. Defensive play. A real conviction for Atlético San Luis to get on the end of that set piece. Valdez does well. Just wrong foots the defender. Nice ball in behind. Aguirre, can he get there? He gets there ahead of Panavero, but the goalkeeper does just enough. And I think he might have injured himself in the process here. Marcelo Baravero just slow coming off his line, and Aguirre couldn't take full advantage.
Now let's take a look at this again, and the question is Baravero slow coming off, or just the pace of Aguirre just shows he's able to just eat up the distance as that ball seems to be coming away from him, but then he gets there in time, goes to ground. And as they slide into each other, yeah, maybe a little contact in there. I don't see a whole lot, to be honest with you, Keith.
It seemed more from Baravero towards Aguirre rather than the other way around.
Yeah.
And that's just when you are sliding at that pace, very difficult to pull out of that challenge.
And I think it was the referee just blew the whistle just because Baravero was still down on the ground, not due to a foul. At least that's what I'm assuming, because the ball was still in play and it was moving for a bit.
Backup goalkeeper on the bench is Andres Sanchez. There's 4 appearances on the season. I'm suggesting that Baravero is ready to go off. A little bit of a smile there, so I think he's going to be okay. And veteran taking every second he can here.
He seems to be quite fine.
A little bit more jovial of a conversation with the 4th official from Marcelo Mendes. It's going to be a corner kick here towards an near post. Flick header goes through everybody. Wonderful opportunity. Cervantes involved. Aguirre on the delivery. It just won't go in for Santos Laguna right now.
Santos Laguna knocking on the door with every opportunity. This is a great ball to the near post, and the redirection header gets to where it's supposed to be. And you can see Valdez right there. He's angry because he knows that's a spot that Cervantes is supposed to be at that back post. He's got to cover that for any of the balls that are coming through, but he's too late to the spot. And once again, Santos go wanting.
Did he take a knock there, and that looked like a strong challenge. Referee well positioned. Arms outstretched from Güemes. Saw an early yellow card to Jose Hernandez Clemente. Wasn't that strong a challenge. Was there more in this one?
Yeah, just from the run of play, it looked like this one was definitely more of a knock. You see as Guardian tries to slip by. It's a very difficult angle for us to see what, if anything, happened here. But it's 2 players going after the ball. It's going to be rough. It's like I talked about. This is playoff time. Everything's just a little bit harder, a little bit rougher.
What do they say? The referees can swallow the whistle sometimes in this situation. We did see the early yellow. That's what's strange about it. The referee you thought was going to set the tone, but a challenge. Gorriarán still feeling that side. Another challenge. Referee again well positioned, and again it's going to be a free kick. This time against Chavez.
As you can see what I mean, but there's a lot of fouls going on. This benefits Atlético San Luis much more so than Santos Laguna. It's a tackle, but it's not the most egregious, foul. It's from the side. It takes the player down, but I think we're seeing a little bit of the extras going on for both sides.
Well, you know what's at stake, right? That quarterfinal spot. 0-0 just a couple of weeks ago. 0-0 here to the 28th minute. Gorriarán, not a great delivery. So obviously he really is still feeling the effects of it. Orancha. Torre has stepped forward here, and he's never afraid to go for goal. Although this time he just settles for the pass out wide. He wants another free kick. Campos gets beyond the defender, pulls it back, and he just about kept that one in play. A full stretch, and has he injured himself in the process? Gingerly getting back to his feet right now. Started out as a the more advanced player playing as a fullback, but you can certainly see he likes to take on the fullback, Kobe.
Yeah, we've seen Campos consistently receive the ball and be probably the best attacking option going forward, especially on that left-hand side, just getting up and down and giving opportunities for Santos to be dangerous.
Torres, nice entry pass. Bit of spice on it though to Otero. That allowed the press to come. Bertarami. Mondegaard. And now the foul is going to be given again, and this time the referee is going to go to the pocket and produce another yellow card. Mondegaard trying to do that action of disbelief towards the referee. Let's see if it was warranted. The studs were showing.
Yes, studs showing the possibility of injury. Dangerous play. Deserved yellow card.
Torres to the back of Mondegaard, but no free kick the other way. Doria, lovely pass forward. Goriran tries to play a similar slide rule pass. Otero, that one just beyond Valdez. Aguirre doesn't get there. And Doria, again breaking up play. Preciado, good first step from him. Nice ball in behind for Valdez. Doria. Yes, that is centre-back Doria in that left-wing position. Explain that one to me.
Hey, when a defender gets up the field like that, they're not going back. They're going to try to make sure that they get a chance and an opportunity. It's hard. Many a time was I hard-pressed to get those center backs to go back. It's like, hey, we got it now. And they're like, no. I'm going to stay up here.
And once they're up there, you better give them the ball as well.
Exactly.
Bertarami further forward. Rodriguez. Ball back with Bilbao. Baravero. This is a little bit better here from Atlético San Luis, a little bit more open as well. Bertarami looking to come inside, nice ball forward, can he get it back? Edge of the penalty area, good play from Doria. That's the first time we've seen Germán Bertarami just really drive at the back four. Chavez. Nice ball out wide. Rodriguez pulls that one all the way back, and that might start to counter-attack the other way. Otero just trying to put enough pace on that one to get beyond the defender. And Aguirre looks like he's the guilty party here as he takes down Jair Diaz. We've had this conversation before, Kobe, about whether it's been Aguirre at the 9 or somebody else. They just seem to lack that natural goal scorer at this Santos Laguna side.
Yeah.
Couple of seasons now.
Yeah, the punch up top. That's what Santos Laguna needs. That one player that can give you 9, 10 goals, you know, on a season. That's important to have because it just draws so much attention. It also breeds confidence with your team, knowing that you have someone that, hey, I get him the ball, he's probably going to put the ball in the back of the net more than likely.
Preciado. Yeah, just to your point as well, 5 goals, Valdez top scorer, so not prolific. Top assist man as well for the side. So he's doing his part. He would perhaps like someone a little bit more prolific in front of him as well. Brian Lozano, one of the options off the bench today, a player who's been through an injury hell over the last couple of years. And certainly an attacking threat when he's on the field. Valdez, not enough on that one. Diaz, good read. Bertarami on the turn, Cervantes on the challenge, right into the path of Torres. Preciado, not a great touch from him, and that one just allowed Ricardo Chavez to get in position. Looking at the schedule, Kobe, do you have a side that have maybe snuck in under the radar that you think can go all the way in this leg here? Puebla, Chivas later, Toluca, Pumas tomorrow, Cruz Azul, Monterrey perhaps?
Look, I have a distinct bias towards Monterrey after seeing what they did when they snuck in as the 8th spot.
Yes, yeah, they have history, right?
All of a sudden, out of nowhere, just tore up the playoffs. So for me, I know that they can possibly do that now, but in the totality of the playoffs, I would love to see an underdog, regardless of who it is, come forward and kind of just make it exciting and light up the playoffs.
Yeah, it's always fun to see that side that just sneaks in, and all of a sudden they get hot at the right time.
Yeah, the stories, that's what it's all about.
Monterrey Cruz Azul really is a mouth-watering first-round matchup. We're going to see a change here as Leonardo Coelho is going to have to come off. An early enforced change. Castro comes on, the defender.
That's interesting, such an early substitution.
I'm not quite sure if it was an injury as well.
I mean, you naturally assume for a defender to come off this early in a match, it's usually some type of injury.
Yeah. They weren't that pressed defensively either. Torres. Good read again. Campos, Gorriarán, Cervantes, Preciado. Pretty play from Santos Laguna inside their own half of the field. Good play defensively as well from Unai Bilbao. Back to Baravero. Good read from Cervantes. Back to Liga MX action. Not a great international window for the Mexican national side. A couple of losses, the US and Canada.
Maybe a little bit of pressure coming in there.
I thought I might bring that one up. I thought that might bring a smile to your face, Kobe. You played in many a battle against the Mexican national side.
You know what? It brings a smile to my face in more ways than one. You obviously have, okay, yes, the battle against the Mexican national team. It's that I love rivalry. So for me, that's fantastic. You know, just to see U.S., Mexico, back and forth, always battling it out. Yeah, and a little bit of a satisfaction there. On the other side, I'll get to it after this.
Yeah, nice ball out wide. Berterame tries to get that cross in. Diaz. Berterame again, that one flicks off the defender. And Acevedo applauding the decision to just get in the way of that cross from Torres, but it is going to be a corner kick.
Yeah, I think this is one of the first times we see Atletico San Luis just actually take a chance, take an opportunity from distance. Yeah, maybe it's not the highest percentage, but at least you're putting the ball into a dangerous area where it forces some type of movement, and you see Felix Torres get up there and head that one out wide.
Chavez is going to deliver this one. Right-footed outswinger. Bombergar, 2 goals on the season. An obvious threat with his height. Towards the near post, and not a convincing clearance. Edge of the penalty area, chance to go for goal. Diaz! Well, it opened up for the fullback, and he's every right to go for goal, but that one was well over.
The best look for Atletico San Luis so far. It comes off of a corner kick. These are the opportunities that they've been making. If they can get those set pieces, they can get the corner kicks, that's where they can be dangerous. Because during the flow of play, they haven't created a whole lot. This is a good look here. It's just a little bit of a bounce right as he connects with it. Gets up, can't get over it, and the ball continues to rise.
Actually, Jose Hernandez Clemente on that hit. They'll take encouragement from it. Atletico San Luis, they'll take encouragement from now almost playing 3 halves of football inside this stadium without conceding. Cervantes, good run forward, pull back for Diego Valdez into the penalty area, and well, he took a large swing, didn't make the contact he wanted, but he found himself in a very good attacking position.
Yeah, look how open he is. inside the box. You're allowing Diego Valdez to be wide open and have a swing at the ball inside your 18. That's just not good enough defensively.
Well, now Santos are going a little bit open. The attack coming the other way. Wombegard, edge of the penalty area. Rodriguez trying to play that one back into the path of Sanabria, and now back on Los Guerreros. Valdez, good skill. Nice ball to find him again, Valdez, and he just couldn't connect there with Aguirre.
Yeah, maybe a rush. Maybe just rushed a little bit too much on that last pass, but Diego Valdez just showing such skill in the midfield and not only ball control, but body control to be able to move through defenders and really control this match.
Doria.
And getting back to that second point with the CONCACAF qualifications, how important it is the fact that Canada is in first place.
Oh wow, yeah, this is not just about the two teams anymore, is it?
Yeah, and that's what I'm talking about, that I like to see, because it makes all of CONCACAF better, because you have to get better or you will find yourself, you know, dropping and falling behind. So this is a statement, right? Not just because Mexico lost both of those games, but it's a statement from Canada that, hey, maybe we are here to stay, that we are going to be a continued challenger at the top level within CONCACAF.
Yep, they have some big name players, don't they? Jonathan David, Alphonso Davies, to name a few. Good skill on that far side. Beautiful play from Arancha. Valdez, Preciado, Gorriarán. And again, that final ball is just lacking for Santos Laguna. Campos forced to go back and get that ball deeper, and that allowed Chavez to come out and defend. And again, that was knocked out of play. So the ball will remain with Santos Laguna, but good defensive play again from Unai Bilbao. Campos. None of case either of will know which one of these sides will face next. The only way we'd know that is if San Luis won. They would be the lower seed, so they would immediately face America in the next round. America, who are the favourites, you'd have to say, after losing just 2 games, but did lose that CONCACAF final to Rayados. A little bit of pressure on Santi Solari to deliver now. Pushing the back there on Gorriarán from Güemes. Veteran is a former Mexican international. Free kick in a good position here for Santos to deliver. Valdez, not surprisingly, is on this one. Torres and Doria both coming forward. The delivery has been poor. We've seen that from Gorriarán as well. Now Diego Valdez too.
Yeah, not the best service for Santos Laguna off of the set pieces, and it's got to be better at these moments. This is when you can get those big boys up out of the back, and Torres and Doria, and put them right inside the 18.
And a bit of miscommunication, I think, there from a couple of the San Luis players allows Santos to get back in possession. Valdez, Gorriarán on the overlap, and perhaps it should have been played. Valdez dwelled on the ball, and that allowed the help defensively to come. And that one's run out of play from Montero, who's been largely quiet in this half. Much ado about nothing. Substitutes and Montero getting involved.
That's a leaping challenge on Valdez. I'm not sure he actually saw it. This is what we saw on the sidelines here, just holding on to the ball, not giving it up, pulling it away, a little shove, a little toss, a little push. It's playoffs.
Yep, win or go home. Nobody wants to go home. Not yet. Hope you haven't gone home and left us. No goals, but so much at stake today. a place in the quarter-final stages. Valdez, and again the final ball just not there. I'm sure that's going to be an emphasis for Guillermo Almada at halftime.
It has to be, especially for Valdez, is how precise he is in the middle third of the field. But once it gets to that final third, it's been a little sloppy, maybe a little bit rushed.
Ball played out wide, and Grita, who's been on the periphery of the game so far, was trying to connect with that man, Rodriguez. You want to give us your information on David Rodriguez, Kobe?
Yeah, well, you know, I did a little bit of research on him, and it's been conflicting a little bit, but apparently, you know, he's played for the U17 U.S. national team, played with the FC Dallas Academy.
Yep. Long range hit, that one into the hands of Barovero, gets it in at the second attempt. I have had contact with John Gall, who's the academy director there in FC Dallas, confirming he's a very good player, or was a very good player in his time there before moving on.
Here's a little look at that shot from distance, maybe a bit of a deflection before it bounces up and then continues to rise. Yep, there it is. Deflection. You see it, but good job by Barovero so it doesn't go out for the corner.
This ball out wide. The cutback, but easy for Torres defensively. Good outlet ball as well. Arantxa Aguirre. 1v2 central if Santos can hold on to it. That's a good overlapping run from Gorriarán. And again the final ball. Don't often say that about Fernando Gorriarán. He's so deadly in those situations, but not today, not so far. It looked like it might have been a free kick, but well, they're still battling for it. Cervantes. That's a nice bit of skill. Preciado. He goes down. Aguirre. And Bilbao just knocks that one out of play, and was he pushed out of play as well? All scrappy towards the end of this first 45 minutes.
And that's what it's been, Keith. It's been just scrappy all the way around. It has been a little bit of a fight. You know, it's like kind of like that schoolyard fight where everyone's just kind of testing each other out. You're not exactly sure what's going on. They're, you know, a little push here, a little shove there. It's not the cleanest event up until this point.
I used to run one of those fights in the schoolyard, Kobe. I didn't stick around.
I didn't say you were in them. I was just saying you were probably sitting back, way back, watching.
I might have started a few, but I was never there at the end. That's for sure. Cervantes. Again, just not enough on that ball to Campos, and just allowing Chavez to get in and make the challenge. Let's see Brian Lozano getting warmed up a couple of minutes ago. I wonder if he's going to be an option if they continue to struggle in front of goal.
Yeah, I can imagine just bringing in Brian Lozano, how important he could be just as far as being like the soul of the team, the leader, and also just his sharpness. He brings another level, you know, to this Santos Laguna side. So I expect that he'll be one of the substitutions.
Campos. Nice ball for Aguirre. Good challenge back in. And who did that one come off last? Bentarame. Well, it was his ball. It's not given that way. Aguirre in behind. Looking for that little pullback for Valdez. And again, that one's cleared. Just about even for you, Kobe, or have Santos been the far better side in the first half?
I would say that Santos have been slightly the better side.
Campos, good cross, Preciado. And that clearance as far as Torres. Torres knocking it back in, good ball from him. And once again, the defender's there. Chavez to clear the danger. We're over the two allotted.
And mind you, when I say that Santos has been slightly the better side, neither team has been that good. You know, there's the one excellent chance from Santos with the build-up where Gorriarán shot, but it hasn't been the best half.
Was there a suggestion that was a handball?
Now that does connect with the hand. I think it's going to be interesting because there is also a push, you know, as well. So
Well, there you go. The check is over, and so is the first half. So no goals after 45 minutes at Estadio Corona. We're going to take a short break. Make sure you stay with us. We'll be back to recap all of the first half action and get you set for the second half. 0-0 at the break. Well, the World Cup just a little over a year away, and it'll all be on Fox and FS1. Amazing to think another World Cup on the horizon. We're hoping the US will be there. So far, so good in qualification. Mexico in the mix as well, of course, but just over a year, November 21st, 2022, and we will be in Qatar for World Cup 2022. Well, these sides are just worried about the next steps in Liguilla. They're trying to make it into the quarterfinal stages. Guillermo Almada, we saw how frustrated he was that his side didn't take the lead with the Gorriarán chance early on in this wildcard matchup against Atlético San Luis. Kobe, put yourself in the shoes of the manager of Santos at halftime. What's the message to get your side having a little bit more of a spark in that final third?
Oh, it has to be about being aggressive. Much more aggressive going forward. Yes, they created some chances, but you see just the totality of the team and the way they're playing. They're being, as far as fouls committed, they have 3 compared to, I believe, Atlético San Luis has 10. So it's one of those things, you're just not being as aggressive as your opponent. They've come out fighting. You've got to have the exact same level and then let your skill set take you beyond.
On the other side of things, Marcelo Mendes, his side haven't offered that much going forward. Last time they played, they didn't offer that much going forward. They had less than 30% possession. Is he happy with what his side have done so far? Are they playing for penalty kicks and that opportunity of moving on?
I'd say yes, he's happy, because I do believe playing for penalty kicks is the game plan, is to absorb pressure and then break out if you can. If you're able to pick off a goal, that is fantastic. That's great. If not, that's okay. We can play to penalties and then make it through from there.
Well, it all sets up nicely for a second half, and we always say this, but it's a game that you get the opening goal, it opens everything up, whether it be Santos scoring and then all of a sudden San Luis have to throw a little bit more caution to the wind, or the other way around, where San Luis get the goal and then Santos really have to go for it.
Yeah, I think it's really going to be about the substitutions. I think the substitutions are going to be a key factor within this match, because they can really change the game.
Match referee Cesar Ramos has been very much in control so far. A couple of yellow cards dished out. Brian Lozano on one side, referee, and Orona. Damian Batalini as well. Luis Calzadilla, the attacking options for Atlético San Luis. Reminder, we are in the wildcard round, the reclassification stage. Later on today, Puebla taking on Chivas. Tomorrow, Toluca taking on Pumas. Cruz Azul taking on Rayados. This is the big moment. Big save.
Yeah, that's an absolutely brilliant save, because not only is the ball moving across, but also the keeper's moving. Barovero came up with a huge save. This was just the missed opportunity, where you just see Cervantes was just a little bit late. This is at the very end of the first half, where some of the players were hoping for a handball call there, but I don't think that one ever gets called, and VAR passed on that one as well.
As you can see, Santos Laguna back on the field, but they're going to find it hard to start the second half without another side on the field. Big thumbs up from this man. Fans are smiling.
Little gamesmanship going on here. Say, let them wait, let them wait. We know it's their home. Come out together as a unit.
Did that bother you, if a side did that? Just make you even more annoyed?
It's one of those things. I knew what was going on. I would always kind of laugh and chuckle inside, knowing that that's what they wanted to do.
You are pretty much Mr. Cool, though, aren't you? Not much phases you.
I may have been known to be on the side that did that every once in a while. I don't know.
Give away all your trade secrets here.
Well, those are times that are long behind me, so I don't have to worry about them anymore. I give them away for free.
both sides are back on the field. Cesar Ramos has blown the whistle, and we're on the way. The kick-off, the second half. Santos Laguna attacking from left to right, and an immediate long ball forward. Aguirre. The run in behind from Goriran, that one comes off the defender and out of play for the corner kick. So inside the first 15 seconds, Santos Laguna will have a set-piece opportunity. Delivery on these in the first half left not to be desired. Okay, Goriran improving this second half. I'll let you be the judge of that one.
Well, that's not the way you want to start the second half. And that's a symbol right there. Guillermo Almada coming up that early. He is not happy with probably the service that has been going on from his side. They've had a few opportunities and they haven't beat the first defender. We see off of the corner kick there. It's a lost opportunity once again.
That was possibly the worst corner kick I've ever seen.
Was it really?
Yeah, Tiger Woods doesn't leave a divot that big. Valdez. The turn from Vombagar, who's been relatively quiet in the attack for Atlético San Luis. Otero. Valdez, Preciado out wide. He's got the opportunity here to go 1v1. And he still has it inside the area. He was on his left foot, goes for goal. And one of the first times they've really troubled Maravero. Good play from Preciado coming in on that left foot.
This is a nice little piece of work, a little skill set, a little back heel. Preciado gets to that ball, brings it onto that left foot, tries to do a quick shot. Just a little touch there, get it off quickly, see if you can catch Maravero off balance. But Maravero does a good job just seeing that one in, holding on to it.
Oh, flick out the other way. Good play from Doria. Long ball, that one over the head of Valdez. Aguirre might be in behind, could go for goal. Tries for that dipping volley. Well over, but it was enough to have Bilbao really first trying to get back in and regain that shape. Applause from the manager.
Yeah, I like the quick attack here, and that ball just holds up a little longer than he would have liked. As the defender comes in, he has to rush it, hits the ball, connects with it a little bit higher. He wants that, when you're doing that dip, you want it to be a little fraction lower.
Yeah, I think, 100% on that one. Just wouldn't come down for him, and then there's the reason why it ends up going well over. Strong challenge from Doria. Valdez. Was he pulled back by Bilbao? Certainly looked like there was contact. That one over the head of Jose Hernandez Clemente. Otero has the throw in. He wants something to happen quickly.
Yeah, but if you notice within this second half how it started already, there's been some contact with the Santos players while they've had the ball, but you don't see them going down easy now. You know, it hasn't been like going down and trying to get the call or get the set piece. It's holding up, trying to make the connection. And I think probably from Almada, he's told his team, it's important to stay up but not always take the fouls, because you need to connect the passes to establish a rhythm. If you don't do that and continue to take the fouls, the game stops, you set up again, then it goes back in, and then it just keeps happening over and over. You never establish a rhythm and have that ability to dominate the game.
Nice bit of skill there from Goriran. Cervantes. Just trying to connect on that far side, and good challenge defensively. Chavez has been disciplined on that side, diligent with his work. Vombagar up against Doria. The centre forward dropping really deep, but Doria not seeing an in-behind threat, so going all the way with them.
Yeah, we're seeing that there hasn't been a threat up into this 50th minute, getting behind really for Atlético San Luis. So Doria is very willing to stay tight to the forward, and they're willing to play even in the back. We have to see if at some point this can turn on them, and if they get caught.
It's a good challenge. Tracking back in from Goriran. Ball played forward, just too much on it. Montero, he turned around, he was a little bit frustrated initially, but then applauded the idea from Gorriarán. Just wonder if the travel for Gorriarán and perhaps Valdez as well has played a part in the lackluster display so far.
That could definitely be a part of it, you know, like we talked about the travel, but look at this work. That's hard work, getting after it, winning that ball. Gorriarán did all the hard part, did all the hard work. Simple stuff lacking once again.
And there's Clemente with the throw in. Torres, good challenge again from him. Montero. Orancha. And that one had just travelled out of play and was making its way back in, but good pick there from the assistant referee. Couple of early chances in the second half for Santos Laguna, but you mentioned the urgency. You can almost sense it as well from Guillermo Almada on the sideline too. Preciado loses out to Bertarami. But an open space on that right-hand side for Atlético San Luis. Chavez, that was ambitious, a long way out, and Mumbagat not happy, and he's letting the defender know about it as well. Bilbao at the header. Campos. Preciado. Doria. And that one relatively easy. But Hernandez Clemente. Bilbao. Goes back for Baravero. Diaz, strong challenge from him. Bertarami. Mumbagat. He's not very pacey, is he? And that allowed Cervantes to get back in, but he did manage to hold on to it. Doria. Nice flick from Aguirre. A little bit of space here for Otero. Gets the wrong side of the defender. Still Otero inside the area. Cuts back on his left foot. Otero. Options at the edge in Valdez. Back to Otero. And he created a goal-scoring opportunity. He went for that far post through the legs of the defenders. Applause from Brian Lozano and his manager. Not far away.
At the end of this play, Otero was looking for a little bit of support. He sees no one's really coming. Everyone's kind of standing, so he's like, okay, well, you know what? I'm going to go for it. I'm going to dare to be brilliant. And he has a clean shot here, clean look at goal. Goes through the legs of the defender, and as you said, just beyond that post. But sometimes you just got to go for it. You got to take the chance, and this is a positive step for Santos in this second half. Just to continue to take the chances and try to put the ball on target.
Bertarami, lovely turn from him. Torres really hasn't put a foot wrong so far, the big centre-back. All played out wide for Rodriguez, the youngster. Long range hit, and again, that's what they've been restricted to. They had the struggles towards the end of the season. It was incredible. No wins in the last 7 in league play, 4 draws and 3 losses. At one stage, they found themselves in the mix for those top 4 positions, Kobe, but just fell away for Atlético San Luis.
Yeah, it's got to be disappointing for the side to know that you kind of squeaked in the playoffs. You know, you're tied with another team, and it's just the goal differential that was able to get you in. And yeah, you'll take it any way you can get it, but those last few games, you know, not the best.
They'd only lost 2 of the first 10 games. Last victory coming late September. That was at Toluca. Otero. It's going to travel all the way through for Campos. Preciado giving him an option. Campos. Well, it looked like he was going to try stay on his feet there, but there was sufficient contact to allow the referee to blow the whistle and give a free kick here in a good position.
So just a little touch, a little bit of a clip. Yeah, he does try to stay up, and that's what I'm kind of talking about. It's more of that vibe. You got to keep fighting through these moments. It's one of those things that the more you fight, the more you're aggressive, the luckier you tend to get.
Fortune favors the brave, right?
So true.
It's a free kick in a very good position. And again, last time it was the commentator curse on the corner from Goriaran, which I don't think actually ever went in play. This time it's going to be Eduard Ertin Preciado. Whips that one in towards an ear post, and Barovero, strong punch clear. I think one of those that was at a comfortable height for the goalkeeper, but he was going to take no chances trying to catch it. Veterami just knocks that one off. Fernando Goriaran. Let's have a look at this one again.
Here's just trying to sneak this one into that near post space. Barovero isn't. He's a savvy veteran. He doesn't get caught on that one.
Goriaran, Valdez, Preciado, Campos. Second touch delivery. Two inside the area of the flick, and Barovero's out quickly again. Valdez was on the knockdown. Was he offside or was there a foul? Almada, arms outstretched, cannot believe this goal. And Valdez laughing as Barovero shows him the scars.
Yeah, this ball comes back across. Valdez goes to ground and he lunges for it, as he should. This is what you have to do. You got to try to get to it. You got to try to beat the keeper. I think he does have a little bit of a contact with the ball. Let's see. Maybe not, but Barovero comes up with the huge save in this contact. No, it's a little, from that angle, it looks like maybe a touch there.
And then they almost got going as we were watching the replays. Valdez again involved. Lots of applause, lots of positivity from that man, Guillermo Almada, in the second half.
Well, a little bit of a tactical switch, right? You're seeing Valdez a little higher than what we've seen before. And this comes off of just the restart. Just quick combination play, 1-2 around. Valdez has a look from distance.
He almost looks like he's playing as a forward right now.
Yeah, he's pushing up the field, quite a bit more, so he has more connection with Aguirre, Preciado, and Otero. He's not dropping back so much. He's leaving that to Goriaran and Cervantes.
The header out from Diaz, and again they're trying to get this one going quickly. Good play from Diaz. Hernandez gets the ball centrally to Sanabria. Longer ball forward, Veterami up against Orancha. Veterami, not a bad delivery inside the area. Good cross from Atlético San Luis's top scorer. Equally good defensive play from Santos Laguna. Preciado. He's going to win a throw-in on their far side. Santos have had issues inside this stadium recently, though. Just one win in the last 5 matches at home. Included in that was the 0-0 matchup against San Luis. Orancha. Good little give and go. Otero, good cross. Barovero spilled it. Valdez inside the area, and it's deflected wide. That might have been the best chance. Barovero was off his line. Valdez was just trying to create the angle to go for goal. I think it might have been Chavez with the final block. What a moment.
What a chance. What a chance. That's what it's all about. And you can tell over these last few minutes, Keith, you can see how Santos is trying to just keep the pace of the game high, trying to take it to a level where Atlético San Luis cannot keep up, and they're moving the ball much quicker, creating much better chances.
Campos comes across to win that one for Acevedo. You can understand why Valdez was just trying to shuffle his feet and get out wider away from the goalkeeper. That last-ditch block, denying what would have been a vital opening goal here. Got a link-up play here again. Aguirre, Valdez, got options out wide. Could decide to go for goal himself. Otero, he's continued his run, Valdez. And Otero finds him. Valdez, chipped towards the far post. Preciado, he just couldn't get that down off his first touch. Still has it though. He does go for goal, and that one just wide.
As the pace of the game has gotten quicker and the movement off the ball matches it, it's just so difficult for this Atletico San Luis players to stay with it. This is a look at that other opportunity, the best chance probably so far within the game. And let's take a look here. Is it maybe seemed mostly chest to me. I don't think it was a whole lot of handball there. It was a good opportunity there for Santos, and now they're just knocking on the door.
Big chances. You always get the sense, I know Atletico San Luis haven't offered that much going forward, but you just get the feeling that the opposition team will get one opportunity at least. Hard to point to one so far. They'll hope that it falls to the star man, Bertarame. Here he is. And he goes for goal from an awfully long way out. You're not going to beat a goalkeeper of the quality of that man from that distance.
Well, there's that one chance.
That's in the expected goals, Sean. That's, I think, .001. Rancha left a little bit short on that pass. We are going to see a change momentarily. You might have seen that as Atletico San Luis are going to go to the bench. Von Magar, nice ball. Long range hit. Difficult from that distance. Sanabria, and that one well over the crossbar. Now we are going to see the change. And it's going to be Jose Hernandez Clemente coming off. And Macondo Waller is going to come on. Waller is a Uruguayan. He's made 12 appearances on the season. He's got 1 goal on the season as well. So this changes the shape. Right now, they're worried about the defensive shape. Preciado. Just too narrow. Easy for Baravero.
Ball's just laid behind the defender, right on the side where he's not going to know where the ball is. But once again, Baravero just quick to come off of his line and scoop that one up.
And Atletico San Luis, nice switch of the play. Ball under the sub, coming inside on his right foot, a little chip in that one. Well, bounced up, it could have been a little bit more awkward, but Acevedo made it look pretty simple. Good to see that young man back in goal as well. Gibran Lahoud was an able deputy, but I don't think there's any disputing who the number 1 is. Top-class young goalkeeper. Valdez. Looks for the run of Otero. Otero tries to go first time. That one takes a deflection off Diaz, and they'll have another set-piece opportunity, Santos Laguna.
A lot more chances in this second half for Santos Laguna as they're pushing forward. The service has been better too, off of these set pieces.
Preciado. How many times have we seen Doria or Torres pop up in moments like this when the attack has been misfiring? Big defenders. It was a free header, long range hit, and that one goes well over. Cervantes might have been the initial header. Mark Campos, just 19 years of age. We've all heard his story of where he's come from. Made to work in the off-season by his dad as well. Not going to be handed anything. He certainly earned every moment this season. bright future ahead for the Santos Laguna left back. Lovely ball in behind, and now it's opened up. Preciado one-on-one with Paravero. He's beaten him. He went near post. Paravero went to his knees, and finally, Santos Laguna have the opening goal. A massive moment in this match. Santos lead.
Sometimes it just takes a moment, Keith, and this is it. A fantastic ball that splits the defense, the inside center back and the outside back, and then it just lets Preciado go one-on-one versus the keeper, and this is a roof. Absolutely brilliant. Slips it by the keeper. Like you said, Paravero goes down early. The power and pace goes beyond his left side, no chance whatsoever. And now Santos Laguna in the driver's seat. Put Atletico San Luis on their heels. It's going to force them to come a bit more, and this will open up the game quite a bit, I believe, for the rest of this half.
A huge moment for that man as well. Just his 7th appearance of the season. Had some injuries early on. 3rd goal, and he took it so well, didn't he? A yellow card for the jersey off. I'm not going to say that he's actually too bothered about that. And you can see the relief as well on Almada, his celebrations on the line against a side who've been solid defensively in the previous matchup here. That first goal was going to be so important, and they have it. Waller coming the other way. The substitute. He just drops back off here as he's looking for a bit of a run-up for the longer throw-in. Matarami goes down, wanted a free kick, nothing doing. Might be a chance to break here. Aguirre, Gorriarán goes over his head, looking for the ball back for Eduardo Aguirre. Santos do well to force San Luis all the way back. Torres, another good entry pass from him. Valdez, runners on either side of him. 2 inside the area as well. Otero. Campos. I think he was just trying to play that off the defender and get the corner kick. It didn't work out. Good play from Ricardo Chavez to just pull out of the line of that pass. We're going to see Santos are going to make a change. We are. And it's Brian Lozano coming on.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see Otero coming out here, an offensive player, to bring on someone like Lozano. It would just be a little bit more dynamic play for this Santos side with Lozano on the field.
It'll be his 10th appearance, Brian Lozano. He's got a couple of goals, but certainly I think we're just waiting for him to get back to his best after that injury nightmare. Thought he was going to come back, and then he had complications and had to undergo surgery again. But you don't always see him here supporting his teammates at every game.
It's a very tight space that Atletico San Luis is playing in. They don't have a whole lot of width on this near side of the field.
Ball played in, lovely little flick. Betarami in behind, tries to go down after just the most delicate of touches. See how they're laughing with him as well.
Yeah, Betarame, as he touches that ball, it's going out of bounds. There was no chance that he was going to get it. So he tried to make the most of it. That ball's running out of bounds. This is a little bit of a touch into the back, not enough. not enough to go down the way he is. Just that little bit of a touch, and you can say, yeah, that was a pretty good dive. Arms outstretched and all.
Going to be a couple of changes here, in fact. Brian Lozano is on. As you predicted, Otero coming off. And Nacho Geraldinho coming on. Eduardo Aguirre coming off. What do you make of that move?
I like this. I like this move. I think it conserves some of the players, but also brings in just like another level, different dynamic of how Lozano plays to really even create more possession for this Santos side.
Ronaldinho just 168 minutes throughout the Apertura. No goals. Mention Lozano. It's been the issue. Eduardo Aguirre, just one goal in his time as well. Defensively, they have a solid core to build upon. Eduardo Aguirre, he lit up the wildcard matchup last time out against Querétaro. And that sparked the run, didn't it? All the way to the final, before losing out to Cruz Azul. Nice little ball in behind for Valdez. Valdez with the cross. Barovero holds on, and he had to as well. Preciado was just hovering over him.
Barovero does a good job just showing that veteran mindset where he cheats just a little bit with an early lean, knowing that that cross is going to be coming in, and he only does it once he sees that head go down from Valdez.
If I'm not mistaken, if this result holds, it'll be Tigres next round for Santos, because Tigres, as the lowest of the top four, would have to play the highest seed who move on, and there won't be a higher seed than Santos if they do win. Be an interesting matchup.
Yeah, that might be interesting.
Sides are reseeded after every round, but that would be the obvious one. 4 against 5 in the final 8. Torres. Nice ball again. Patient build up here. Gorriarán, good movement. Lozano in behind. First opportunity for the substitute. Very good play from Santos Laguna in the build up.
This is that ball that just comes from Aguirre and sets it up for the goal off of Atletico San Luis' own goal kick.
Show me relief, delight and excitement all at the same time. There you had it, on the bench. And now, tables have turned. It's Santos Laguna who are in no hurry to keep things moving. Acevedo pushing off the calls from Doria for possession. Goes a little bit longer. Preciado. Campos, good cross in, 2 inside the area. Might come all the way to the back post to Lozano. Lozano lost that one up there again. They've been better with the final ball in this second half, Santos Laguna. They made the run last time, Kobe, to the final. Do you think, looking at the squad, they have that capability again?
Yes, they have the ability to do it. They have some top talent. They have a deep squad, and that's so important if you're going to make it to the next level, that you have players that can come off of the bench and not only maintain but raise the level of the game at times, and this Santos Laguna side has that without a doubt.
Valdez, nice ball out wide. Arancha, good cross. Plenty inside the area. Cervantes again. Ambitious, scratches his head, as we're all doing the same as we try to figure out where that ball landed.
I still gotta say, over the last 30 seconds to a minute, that ball put in by Omar Campos on that left side was absolutely brilliant. Now, me being a winger, being able to see that, I was just like, that is quality. Those are the type of balls that you want to see in the box that force the defender to be facing their own goal inside their 6, trying to clear.
Now, I knew you were a winger, Kobe. You've accused me of being a goalkeeper in the past, but...
Weren't you a goalkeeper?
Never. Has a look at that goal again, and Preciado's night is done, but he's done all the damage so far. Jordan Carrillo, the 19-year-old, is going to come on. Attack-minded midfielder. Final 15 minutes of action at Estadio Corona. Santos are going to deservedly leading by a goal to nil, dominating possession, dominating the chances, but at 1-0, game is not done yet. Who would be a goalkeeper, actually, Kobe? You have to be crazy.
Yes, agreed. The goalkeepers are always just a little bit crazy, right?
A little bit off-centre, yes.
I mean, think about it. You intentionally put yourself in the way of the ball.
A couple more changes incoming here. Ombagano's going to come off. Zahid Munoz comes on. Sanabria also coming off as well. All those changes are taking place. Battaglini is the man who's come on. There's a ball in behind. Doria again well positioned, and well, he's not even needed because his goalkeeper Acevedo calls him away from that one. Damian Battaglini trying to lead the line. Will that find a way to get Bertarami involved? His 4th appearance of the season, Battaglini. The Argentine player limited to just under 200 minutes of action in the Apertura. He challenged the arm just outstretched there, wasn't it, from Alex Cervantes?
Yeah, just a little bit of a forearm into the chin, and as we see nowadays, a little bit of an overreaction, I would say.
Sending numbers forward again here. Valdez just trying to stay onside. Lozano, good ball out wide. There's Santos are going to play it down. Play will continue. It might have been Correa who was involved in the challenge. They wanted a free kick. Actually, Lozano stopped playing, and then the referee's whistle went. Lozano this time plays a very good ball in behind. Gorriarán, good footwork from him. Little chip, header, and it's just over. Carrillo in a good position to substitute.
Not a bad little play from Santos, and I'm talking about straight from the foul. It's a quick restart, and they get the ball quickly to Gorriarán. It's a little touch. Carrillo gets into that near post space, and we've seen it this whole second half, right? Just how quickly Santos wants to play. A complete difference from that first half of just letting the game slow and be laggard, because that fell into Atletico San Luis's game plan. So they just pushed the pace of the game, getting the ball back in quickly, moving the ball quickly. It's forced this game in the direction that Santos wanted to go.
And the substitutes haven't really had the impact so far. No, last couple only on for a few minutes, but they've tried a different formula in attack and it hasn't worked, but maybe this will. Bertarami. That one just behind Munoz. Given right back here. Cheap giveaway. Still in this game at 1-0 San Luis. They're still in it when they have the top scorer of the Apertura in the side as well. He goes down. Long range hit right into the path of Torres. Another cross in towards the far post. And that's just about as far forward as we've seen them in this second half.
Now, this has been the most dangerous that Atletico San Luis has looked. And we'll see, this is the...
What's that arm and stretch there of Torres?
Yeah, just a little stretched out. I still think these are soft fouls as far as what the players are trying to get the referee to call, because that's not like they were separated and then the arm comes out. and connects, it's where the arm is already on the shoulder, and then there's separation as the arm outstretches. It's not like it's a punch or a big hit or anything. So I think it's been a well-refed game in this second half, is trying to let this game just continue to play on.
It's an interesting one here. Valdez going off. He was very influential. All smiles on the bench and high fives all round. Jesus Osehu comes on for his 17th appearance of the season. Just one goal for him.
I'm not a big fan of taking all these players off.
Yeah, it's
your starters with still 10+ minutes left in the game, and one goal can change everything, where you could find yourself in penalties.
Yeah, and a potential penalty taker as well in Valdez. Veterame. Options out wide. Finds one of them. Nice ball from Battaglini. Two on the far post. The header, and it looked like it was on target. Did Acevedo get a touch on that one? Best chance of the match for Atlético San Luis.
I think this is a huge save from Acevedo. Let's take a look. Yes,
wow.
Just enough, the fingertip to keep that one up and over. And this is what we're talking about. This Atlético San Luis team is not giving up. They're going to keep pushing, and you see that this is a huge save from Acevedo, especially from a position where he hasn't had to do a whole lot. So he had to come up with a massive save in these final minutes.
Look at the possession. Although not as big a gap as a couple of weeks ago. Delivery in, not fully cleared. And Santos are going to get a free kick in, a referee from the referee. So a little mini spell of pressure from San Luis is going to be over. I mentioned a couple of minutes ago, Kobe, you could see Acevedo was kind of slowing things down. Is that in the best interest of Santos Laguna, or are they better served just going for the jugular and trying to get that second goal?
I think at the time when you mentioned it, it wasn't in their best interest. You got to keep going and pushing the pace of the game. But now in this 80th minute, when you got 10 minutes left, this is where teams practice this. Okay, how do we kill off a game? You got 10 minutes, and you got to be able to hold on to the ball and not allow another team to score. So this is the time when you want to do that. You really want to slow it down. You want to take the fouls. You want to take a little extra time getting the ball.
Ball in behind, and a real opportunity, and again, that's good movement. Battaglini had Marcelo Mendes. He wanted a penalty, I think. Throw-in is taken here. Zahid. One of the two substitutes combining on this left-hand side, but again, good defensive play from Santos, who are looking to break themselves. Gorriarán. Good play from him, really good play. And now the break is on the other way. Good options. Really good run forward, and did that one come off the arm? It certainly looked like it. The referee, what has he given? I think he's given the penalty. Arm well away from the body, and the referee couldn't have been positioned any better.
Let's have a look at this one. See, it goes in. Yep. That's going to be it every day. The hand's way up in the air.
Now, the question here is, Kobe, if it hits another part of his body and then onto his arm, that's been part of the rule. But again, his arm is so far away from his body there. Good run from Osehu. Fist pump. Not just from him, but the fans behind the goal as well. Chavez still pleading his case. But when the referee has that clear a view of a Kobe, it's hard to see that one being overturned.
Yeah, it's difficult. He's made the call. It'll be VAR. Be looking at it. Let's see. It's a deflection. It's a double deflection, actually. Goes off of the thigh, goes off of the head, and then hits the hand.
Yeah, you're correct. Hey, Diaz, that it did come off your face, but it was what happened next that the referee has blown the whistle for. Yep, the nod suggests let's get on with it. Ignacio Geraldino is going to be over the penalty. Big moment for him. And this would seal it at this very late stage. No goals on the season from the penalty spot. It is the 25-year-old. Can the Chilean double the advantage and virtually put Santos into the quarterfinals? He's up against one of the veterans of Liga MX in Baravero. Can he save his side? No, he can't. Super penalty from the substitute. He doubles the lead. Santos Laguna fans celebrate. Estadio Corona erupts because they know their side are going to move on. 2-0.
Well, it doesn't get much better than this on taking a penalty, and this is the play where the penalty is awarded. And watch this, talking about hit it with confidence, send the keeper the opposite direction, put it into basically the side netting. Goal every single time. This is just confidence. Fantastic goal. Santos up 2-0, basically on the way to the next round.
A little bit of venom for him as well. I think he's been waiting for that goal.
Yeah, look at that,
moment.
what it means there. You can see it just in the reaction, in the eyes, the passion for the game.
And Los Guerreros, mentioned at the very beginning, defending their field, fighting for the right to move on. And they've had to be made to fight today. They have to be patient. And now they have a 2-goal cushion. Unless something miraculous happens, Atlético San Luis's brief appearance in the playoffs is about to come to an end. I wonder if Marcelo Mendes will look back and maybe feel his side could have been a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more adventurous.
Yeah, I think some of the substitutions that he's made since they went down a goal just seemed a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more attacking, and put Santos' defense under a bit more pressure. And that's what you got to do, because you have to give your own team a bit of a break. If you don't put an opponent's defense under pressure, you're going to be absorbing pressure all the time. That's why we saw the players like Doria being able to step up a good 20 yards beyond what we're used to seeing him do, because he knew no pressure was coming.
Acevedo, another long ball. There might be a chance for a third goal here. Baravero was off his line, and is that going to be a free kick at the edge of the penalty area? Osejo goes down, not going to get this call. He thought his jersey was pulled.
Yeah, he's got one already. He's not going to get the second one.
He got the major one, and that's, yeah, the one that counts. Good play from Torres. What a performance from him at the back. Cervantes. Gorriaran. Carrillo. Oh, one of the youngsters from that famed Santos Laguna Academy. Good run from him. Goes down edge of the penalty area. Yeah, the ball looked like the ball was won first, and the referee points it out. That's the reason why he doesn't blow the whistle. San Luis looking to break. Have they won a free kick? No. Referee again doesn't blow. Rodriguez thought he'd won the free kick. Lozano. I mentioned the depth of that squad, Kobe, to have the likes of Brian Lozano to come on and change things going forward as well for Santos Laguna. Bodes well for perhaps a playoff run. Tigres will be no easy out, though. Cross in, Arancha. That's Pretty much as cool as you can be in a defensive situation.
That's quite calm, you could say. Bringing the ball down in a trap inside the 18 with pressure on your back.
I wish we had a camera on Guillermo Almada at that exact moment because, yeah, coolness personified from Arantxa. What's your guess here, Kobe? There we go.
I'd say 3 minutes.
Very good.
You know, I'm rarely wrong with those.
Yeah, especially when we can see it right on the screen. You're 1 for 1. Munoz, nice bit of skill from San Luis substitute inside the area. Still going. And he went for that near post. Acevedo might have had a cover, but that was enterprising play from the young midfielder.
See a little bit of this dance, little fly-by defense, stagnant defense on that one, I guess you could say, from Torres. Just once again, the shot just not on target.
Just 20 years of age, Zahid Munoz. It's a lovely bit of play. Acevedo back in the side, and he's about 2 minutes away from a clean sheet. That one skipped all the way through. Options out wide with Lozano. He's on it. And he just knocks that off the defender. He's going to win the corner, and that, I'm sure, is not going to be taken quickly either.
And this is where you just take your time. Good look at Brian Lozano. Just like you mentioned, all the trials and tribulations that he's gone through. It's like you always want to look to see, is he all right? Is that a slight limp that he's got going on? You know, how is he going to play through all this?
And just so good to see him back on the field, and surprisingly goes to deliver that one in rather than going short. They've won a free kick centrally here. Corioran, not for the first time today, has taken a knock, and it's going to be a yellow card. And I think Bilbao was trying to move away after the challenge. The yellow was produced.
That's not a happy look there.
It's as if he's contemplating what he could have done differently. There's the challenge from Battaglini. And then Bilbao was given the yellow for being overzealous with the complaints. He's still going. I'm not going to say what he just said either.
That's probably pretty good.
Yes.
Keep that one to yourself.
Last few seconds, Kobe. Tough first half, but second half it opened up. Santos are going to full value for moving on for you.
Yeah, I think they did what they needed to do. You look at this, the team. It's a solid team. They didn't play well in the first half. Second half, though, the adjustments were made by this man right there, Almada, to get his team more intense and more involved in the game, and in so doing, all of a sudden everything opened up. And once again, this home field for Santos, a fortress.
Moreover, the 3 allotted minutes, Lozano, that one bounces and goes well wide. Almada still applauding because he knows he's seconds away from a quarter-final appearance in the Liga. I think they call that a technique, the knuckleball free kick, but there is the final whistle from referee Cesar Ramos. Santos Laguna getting both goals in the second, and Preciado with a very good finish. Geraldinho on as a substitute, sealing it from the penalty spot. And Santos favourites coming in as the 5th seed. They will move on after the victory tonight here at Estadio Corona. Next up for them will be Tigres, a much stiffer test. But Santos Laguna, you can see what it means to their players as they pick up the victory tonight in the wild-card matchup round. And they will move on. But that is all we have time for. On behalf of the entire crew and my partner Kobe Jones for the call this evening, I'm Keith Koska saying thank you for joining us at Estadio Corona. Once again, the final score, Santos Laguna 2, Atlético San Luis 0. Santos Laguna moving on to the quarterfinals.